Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN, and today Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. Who cares? Eu não quero saber nenhuma porcaria about this resultado. I really couldn't care less. Really could not care less. Where was this kind of performance in the last 4 games, so filhos da puta? Where was it when it actually mattered? Where was this performance when we could still pit Man City to the title? These jogadores actually think I care. I don't care. Where was this performance before? Eu quero ouvir, eu tô aqui à espera de uma resposta. I want to know. Where was this performance when it mattered? It's all good performing now, yeah, that Man City are on to win the league. Yeah? What? Because, we're top of the league. I'm seeing online certain people gassing up Kivior. I'm seeing Kivior get brushed off, getting pushed to the floor by a player, by Kai Havertz, you know. Kai Havertz is brushing Kivior to the floor. Yes, we weren't even in second gear. We didn't even need to really... We could have won this game easily, 7-0, 8-0. We could have smoked these, man, yeah? But once it was 3-1, we took the foot off the gas. But let's be real. Epa, eu aqui, eu sou honesto. I'm honest, yeah? Let's keep it real. Zinchenko, even though Chelsea were there for the taking, these bums have been getting piped all season. Frank Lampard, we knew he was going to fail. At the end of the day, even with an easy Chelsea team that was here for the taking, we still saw Zinchenko get put on his ass, not marking his man, allowing Madueke to get in behind and score, bro. Score. Why is it that this guy drops stink after stinker and in the scene, esse filho da merda Arteta still selects him? I don't understand. Yes, it was an easy game. Yes, we got the 3 points. Yes, we could have smoked these, man. But there was still things that annoyed me about this game. We should be slapping up Chelsea easy. Mas não pode ser. Com esse treinador, não dá. With this guy, it doesn't work. Zinchenko still with the same old mistakes that we've been seeing game after game. Kivior, yeah? Kivior, still getting brushed and pushed to the floor. How are you getting brushed like that? By Kai Havertz, man, meu Deus. Meu Deus. Yeah? And eu não quero saber nenhuma fucaria. I don't care. But anyone that's going to say, oh, no, sorry to be negative, bruv, kiss my black ass. I don't care. It's all good turning up now that we have nothing to fight for. Ben White getting put on his ass, bro. I saw Sterling at times spinning this guy. Seeing him getting spun, bruv. Absolutely spun. Ben White getting put on his ass. I'm seeing Chilwell running past Ben White as well at times. You know what I mean? I'm still seeing the same deficiencies. And this is against a Chelsea team that can't attack properly, that can't defend properly, that don't actually play as a team. They look like they don't know what they're doing. It's literally all in limbo. A Chelsea team that can't even provide anything for Aubameyang. Completely, he has no service. We know what Aubameyang's about because we had him at Arsenal. This guy's a fox in the box. He's getting no service. A Sterling that's been absolutely atrocious since he's been at Chelsea, and yet he's still able to spin Ben White. A Madueke that's literally just arrived at Chelsea, can't get a game. Can't get a game. This guy's still able to get in behind our defense and score when this should be an easy game, bro. I'm seeing Kovacic from deep. One long ball over the top. Kind of reminded me of something. Oh yeah, it reminded me of what? It reminded me of the game Man City. When Jack Grealish, one ball over the top and it's straight into Haaland. One ball over the top from Kevin De Bruyne, straight into Haaland. You know what I'm saying? Haaland, one ball over the top, straight, or a through ball, straight, bypasses our midfield, bypasses our defense, and goes straight through. Yeah? And now, obviously, with Arsenal, with the Arsenal fan base as a whole, the majority, not you lot in the chat, you know what I mean? This is the chat gang, they already know high standards like me. It's about winning major honors. The problem is that we keep seeing the same old problems. The same old problems. Chilwell's been out for big portions of the season. He's in a disjointed Chelsea. Why is he getting so much luck down the wing because of Ben White? Why is Ben White committing so far up going forward that he's leaving a massive gap for Sterling and Chilwell to run in behind? Is this not being coached? Is this not being coached? Because it's no longer in our hands. And we need to fix up. Against this Chelsea team, they did nothing. They didn't press us. They didn't have no style of play. They weren't that dangerous on the counter-attack. Madueke was the only player that looked a little bit dangerous. And these are the things we need to look at, because with the Arsenal fan base, one thing that's very popular is always to look at the good things. You already know, I'm probably going to do another review, since the last one did so well, of delusional Arsenal fans coming up with their pucaria, their lixo, their merda. As merdas que saem da boca dele, tipo que tá cheirar mal, não lavou os dentes. You know I'm going to be coming out with all of that, yeah? Because the last one did very well. Oh, the supercomputer predicted Arsenal to win the league, that we're still in it to win the league. So I'm going to be doing more of that, since you guys enjoyed it so much. But yeah, at the end of the day, they're only going to be talking about, oh, look how good, look at Odegaard's 2 goals. Look at the fact that Jesus got a goal. To be honest with you, I think Saka had a poor game. Saka had a poor game. Just because you're passing the ball around and you're getting a bit of possession and little triangles, we needed to penetrate a lot more. And as soon as we went 3-1 up, we just kicked back. I think Granit Xhaka did very well, drifting to the left onto Trossard's side and crossing the ball in. He was able to find Odegaard a lot of times. But really and truly, when we look at it, let's be completely real. I'm not here to talk no pucaria. I'm here to talk football. I'm not here to be saying what's popular. I'm here to say my opinion. And at the end of the day, yeah, I think Trossard had a decent game. You can see he gives a lot to the team. He tries. He keeps crossing the ball. He keeps trying to make things work. He's more direct. I don't know why Martinelli came on. I honestly don't know why Martinelli came on, because I don't know what that Filo da Puta was doing. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was doing. I've been saying that for me, I think Trossard is a player more informed. I think he's got more tools in his locker. Keep him on. Why is Martinelli coming on? I don't understand. Saka, what did he do? What did he do? A couple of little triangles, but what did he actually do? Odegaard, yes, you took your goals pretty well. I think the first one could have been saved. It was kind of towards the middle of the goal, but it is what it is. He made his luck. He was in the right position to take his shots. Yeah, completely unmarked. The centre-backs for Chelsea, absolutely abysmal. Thiago and Fofana just not marking him. Both goals were identical. Just drifting in, no one picking up Xhaka, no one picking up Odegaard in the box. They're not picking up their man, allowing him to get off the shot, and it is what it is. Well done to Odegaard to get your goal, but ultimately, in terms of creating chances, what does Odegaard create? What does he create? Jorginho, I understand. Partey hasn't been that great. Jorginho now comes into the side. I understand the change. But at the same time, Jorginho's okay against teams like Chelsea that don't press, that don't overhaul the midfield, that don't gain control of the midfield. He's going to be all right. Going forward, do I want him in the midfield? No. With certain teams coming up like Newcastle, I think Jorginho as our CDM is going to get overrun. We saw when we played this midfield against Newcastle, we saw what happened. Yeah, against a team that presses, against a team that has a good midfield that can keep the ball, that can make intricate little passes, not a team like Chelsea, a team like Sporting, Jorginho's going to get overrun. I think Xhaka had a decent game in finding Odegaard. I think he had an all-right game, but overall, there's still some problems. And also, let's not forget, Gabriel looks like the only other, starting centre-back, yeah, when we have all our centre-backs fit. Our best centre-back probably this year is now out. He's probably going to miss the Newcastle game. And now we're going to have to go with Rob Holding and Kivior. Good luck. Good luck. Because this was easy. Easy game for Kivior. And I'm seeing Pucaria online. Filhos da merda talking lixo. Talking about, oh, Kivior, he's so composed. Oh, Kivior, look how good he is at the back, how composed he is. He wasn't composed when he got put on his ass. He wasn't composed when Kai Havertz. I'm not talking about someone like I'm not talking about someone like a big centre forward like Antonio or big centre forwards like that brushing you to the floor. How is Kai Havertz putting Kivior to the floor? It's laughable. Listen, it's honestly laughable. Make sure people, as you're coming in, you're liking and subscribing. But honestly, for me, it's an absolute joke thing. I think today we should have just slapped them up 9-10-0. As soon as we was scoring all those goals, I was like, go again, and another one, and another one. End the game, put them to the sword. But I started to see some complacency. As soon as we scored our third goal, I started to see complacency again. And with our complacency is what led Madueke to get in behind. Zinchenko, like I've been saying, isn't a defender. Don't play him at left back. He is a calamity. We're already allowed, yeah, the fact that the title now is in Man City's hands. Play the actual left back that can defend. Pay Tini. Mas eu tô cansado de falar a mesma coisa. Tô cansado. Quantas vezes eu tenho que falar na mesma porcaria? Eu tô cansado. Tô cansado da minha voz. Tô cansado dessa merda. I've been saying it. At the end of the day, after Jesus scored his goal, I didn't think Jesus played that well today. I didn't think it was scintillating Jesus. I know he's been out for numerous months. I get it. I think sometimes his hold-up play was decent. There was 1 or 2 times his hold-up play was decent, but overall not clinical enough. His goal was a bit of a scrappy goal. Obviously, with Xhaka trying to get onto it. In the end, Gabriel gets it and puts it in the back of the net. And it is what it is. Strikers aren't going to always score amazing goals, but really and truly, I'm expecting more from Gabriel Jesus. I am still expecting a lot more. But then again, this is why I wanted another striker, because he's not clinical enough. A lot of people that may watch this video might be saying, oh, Northside, why are you complaining? At the end of the day, it's too little, too late. What am I celebrating? What am I celebrating? Yeah? And anyone that wants to say, oh, Northside, why are you complaining? Why are you talking about this? Why are you saying this? Let's get a quote from this manager in the press conference before the game, and let's see what Arteta says, because it sounds like he's starting to agree with me.
It's been unfair, isn't it, with criticism, isn't it, when you get that? Like, is it something that happens in this country? They don't maybe look at how good Manchester City have been.
Okay. I don't think it's unfair. It's football. We are Arsenal Football Club. We have to be here to win every single trophy. This is the demands. The reality, what happened in the last 15 years, that's not the reality.
Right. So this is the demand. Like I said, I don't want no filu da puta coming up to me, telling me nothing, caramba. Yeah? The head of this process, project, phase, whatever pucaria that this club wants to come out with and now spin it, yeah, has said that the demand of Arsenal Football Club is to be in every competition and to win major trophies. I'm not hearing nothing from nobody. At the end of the day, yeah, we are not in that position. Yes, we won this game. What does it mean for my club? Does that mean that my club's lifting a major honor this season? No, it's not, because we ain't winning the league, because Man City got an elite manager, an elite mentality, going to go out there and win. So what am I celebrating? I'm not going to come on the live and start talking pucaria y comenzar a fingir and be fake and say, oh yeah, let's celebrate. Bro, no, it's too late. Where was this performance against Liverpool? Where was this performance against West Ham? Where was this performance against Southampton, against Man City? When it counts, when we was in for a major honor, the whole reason that we threw away cups. I'm sorry, I'm not doing all of that. At the end of the day, what does it mean? We're not winning the league. We're no longer winning the league. What? Because we're top of the league for a couple of days. I'm sorry. But nah, that's not the standard. My standard is about winning elite trophies, about winning major honors. This doesn't mean anything. This was a kickabout with the lads. This is the players coming out. Oh, next season, don't worry, boys. Get behind the team. Oh, don't worry, we'll go again. It ain't good enough. And the head of this project or process is saying the same thing as me. So I'm not going to have it from no one. Arteta understands he may not be good enough, and I don't think he's good enough, but he understands that the whole point of this is to win trophies. Sport is a competition. It's about winning. Winners are the ones that are reminded and remembered in history.
But the demands have to be there. So the thing that I like the most, again, I repeat myself, great, we are in Champions League, and everybody is still unsatisfied with the situation. And this is what we need if we want to move forward as a club and as a team.
Right. People are not satisfied because we got Champions League under Arsene Wenger. How many times did we compete for it? You just, at one sentence, he said in his press conference before the game that Arsenal are a team that are supposed to be winning major honours in every competition. So why did you throw away the FA Cup? Why did you throw away the Europa? Why did you throw away the Carabao? I want to know, because you can't come out making statements like that and then now I'm supposed to be gassed over beating Chelsea when it means nothing. Nah, it don't make no sense. What am I celebrating? Why? Because we won a game that's going to lead to nothing. It's going to lead to nothing. Where was this heart, desire? Why couldn't you get these guys up to perform in the games that actually meant something? Why? Because when you pass the ball to Man City, this is a Man City that were more resilient against the Liverpool team that was literally just a couple of years ago winning games week in, week out, winning games. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think they're going to do this time? Especially with Haaland. They didn't even have Haaland back then. Now they got Haaland. Nah, but it's I don't understand what I'm supposed to be celebrating. Celebrating a win. That means nothing. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't do that. Look, I'm happy that we won, but at the end of the day, I'm still pissed off that these players want to pick and choose when they want to turn up, want to pick and choose when they want to perform, want to pick and choose when they want to show up and actually give us a performance. And they had multiple times that they could show us that they wanted to perform and they didn't. So now I'm not going to sit here and start giving them a big round of applause when it doesn't matter, porque eu tô cansado dessa porcaria, tô por aqui, eu não quero mais saber de nenhuma merda. I don't care. I'm not going to chat crap to Chelsea fans. I'm not going to start chatting crap to nobody. It ain't good enough. It ain't good enough. Yes, I think Ramsdale was another one. What was that pass from the back? That was shambolic. What was that pass from the back? What was all that about? Mas que passou aí? Mas que está a passar aí? I don't understand. I really don't understand. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to gas up mediocrity. This is mediocrity because at the end of the day, we're expected to beat Chelsea. I'm happy that we won the game, but ultimately I'm pissed off that these players, did not turn up. They had 4 games to redeem themselves and turn up. And now you want to turn up. Now you want to turn up when there's no pressure. This club, I'm sorry, is built on flipping bottle jobs, absolute bottle jobs. As soon as the pressure's off, that's it. Everybody's coming out, guns firing. Oh, that's it. We're all going to start showing up. And even today, everyone didn't show up. Like I said, I didn't think Jesus had a terrible game, but I didn't think he had an elite game. And since he's come back, I'm still waiting for that, which I predicted. When you're out for that long, it's going to take you a while to get onto form. Yes, he scored a goal, but we're not children. Just because you scored a goal doesn't mean you had an elite game. For me, he didn't. Saka has had a poor game. He never gets dropped. How come Partey gets dropped for Jorginho, but Saka never gets dropped? Why does Saka never get dropped? I don't get it. Because really and truly, when Reece Nelson came on, he did the same thing as Saka. What? Because he's not star boy, because he's not the favourite. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make no sense. I'm not saying that I rate Reece Nelson, but why is it that Saka stays on? Why is it that Zinchenko always gets selected? Why is it? Because we're going to be going up against some proper teams now. Newcastle are going to press us, know how they got actual real style of playing. They know how to play. They know how to get onto us. The last time we met Newcastle, we drew. With that calamity at the back of Zinchenko, what's going to happen? What is going to happen on top of that we don't have our starting centre-backs because Saliba's out injured and then Gabriel's now out injured. I'm probably going to miss the next game. We're going to have Kivior on holding. Nah. Forget it. It is done. Jacabo. Já não há mais nada. We're not winning nada. Forget it. You want to celebrate. It is irrelevant. It is irrelevant. What is it leading to? What is it going to win us? What are we in for? Nothing. We're praying and hoping that Man City flipping bottle they're not bottling nothing. They're not bottling it. It's not happening. They got the experience, they got the manager, and they got the quality, and they got the rotation on the bench. It's not happening. So what am I'm sorry. At the same time, what am I supposed to come on here and celebrate? Celebrate an irrelevant win? Nah, it means nothing, man. It means absolutely nothing. Flipping hell. Odegaard and Jorginho at the start of the game was misplacing passes, and it took them a while to get into the game. Xhaka losing the ball at certain times. Trossard with a cross in the box. Jesus heads it straight at the goalkeeper. That was a very good chance to score early on in the game. Jesus, we already know he's not a great goal scorer, even less, as a great header of the ball. Straight to the goalkeeper. I thought he could have done more. I thought he could have made the keeper work a lot more. But it is what it is. Ben White spun by Sterling, which I thought was absolutely embarrassing. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't understand why Arteta doesn't say it to Ben White. Today, I actually thought Ben White was better going forward than defensively. But like I said about all these fullbacks that are better going forward than they are attacking. Your main job is to defend. It's to defend, caramba. Defend. Yeah? No para atacar. That's secondary. Para defender. So if you're not doing your job properly, then I'm going to get onto you about that. That is what I'm going to get onto you about. Because you're not defending properly. Yeah? So it is what it is. He got spun by Sterling, which is a madness because Sterling's been a joke the whole flipping season. Yeah? Nothing's changed in Sterling's performances. The only thing that changed about Sterling is his hairstyle. That's literally about it. Yeah? Absolute joke. Xhaka with a cross to Odegaard in the box. And it's a goal, completely unmarked. Great cross by Granit Xhaka. And Odegaard, I will give him props for being in the box and creating his own luck. No one picks him up. None of the Chelsea boys pick him up. Kante doesn't pick him up. The centre-backs don't pick him up. Completely unmarked. And he scores. One ball by Kante to Chilwell, Ben White nowhere to be seen, and Saka had to literally bust a gut to drop back to flipping save Ben White's arse. And this is the calamity that I'm talking about. Even a disjointed Chelsea was getting luck on the wings, yeah, by Ben White and Zinchenko. Why? Because they are being naive. Zinchenko, we already know, es filho da puta, não sabe defender. He's not switched on when it comes to defending. He drifts into the middle and then he forgets his defensive duties. Ben White is pushing, is trying to push Sterling too far up the pitch, knowing that Sterling can burn him for pace. Instead of giving him a yard of space so he can react to whatever Sterling does, now he commits, he bombs up forward, goes into Chelsea's half, and Sterling just burns him. And it's a joke, man. And honestly, if Saka didn't save him, I'm telling you that now, this game could have been a little bit, it could have been squeaky bum time. Literally squeaky bum time. Trossard shot and Fofana handballs it, but it's not given. For me, I felt like that was a handball in the box by Fofana. I don't know what you guys think, but for me, I thought it was a handball, and I felt like we deserved the penalty. But it is what it is. I think the way that he turned, the movement of how he turned at first, when they played it back in slow motion, you could see that he turned, but he kind of turned to kind of put his hand out to kind of reach the ball and stop the ball going across onto goal. So for me, I felt that was a penalty, but it is what it is. And this is what I've been saying. When you make your own luck, when you play well, when you actually put teams to the sword, it is irrelevant about VAR. Yes, I think there's a lot of problems with VAR. I've never denied that there's not problems with the refereeing in this country, problems with the VAR. But when you play your game and you do what you need to do and put teams to the sword and actually perform for 90 minutes, this is what you get. You still walk away with the 3 points. But I do believe that we deserve the penalty there. But I don't like to dwell on that too much, because at the end of the day, you have to just kick on. Sometimes decisions go for you, sometimes it goes against you. At the end of the day, I'm not happy with the refereeing, I'm not happy with the VAR, I'm not happy with a lot of that stuff. But at the end of the day, do what you need to do. And today we did what we needed to do. Xhaka with a cross in the ball. Odegaard once again unmarked, and it's a goal. Every time Xhaka's drifting on that left, he was not being picked up by the Chelsea players, and he was just playing off of Trossard, and they were just losing him. And I think that was very good by Granit Xhaka, and very good crosses by Granit Xhaka to find Odegaard both times for both of Odegaard's goals. Ben White with a cross in the box. Xhaka shoots, but it's blocked, and Jesus puts it in. It's a bit of a scrappy goal. A little bit of a rough goal, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, sometimes you have to get the goal scrappy. Up to then, I didn't think Jesus was playing amazing. He was doing all right, but it is what it is. Ramsdale being pressed, and he literally tries to pass it to the centre-back. I'm thinking, what are you doing? And he got away with that one. And this is the thing. The lapse in concentration sometimes from Ramsdale needs to be cut out of his game. Sometimes this guy just switches off. Switches off, man. Switches off like my Lenovo laptop. Just switches off. You know what I mean? And he can't do that. You know what I mean? We have to win every game to the end of the season to even have a chance of winning the league. We cannot be allowing Ramsdale to be giving sloppy goals. If you see that your defense and your midfield is getting pressed, kick it out. When you're in doubt, kick it out, caramba. Kick it out. Kick it out. I don't understand why he puts defenders under that much pressure. It's not necessary. Kick it out. Do you know what I mean? You're a goalkeeper. You can see the whole game. There's no excuse. You know, midfielders, defenders, sometimes they're playing with their back towards goal, their back to the opposition. It's a bit different. You can see the whole field. If you can see we're being pressed, kick it out. That's it. That's all I'm asking for this. But anyway, Trossard corner almost goes in, but Thiago Silva clears it off the line. That was close. Very good defending from Thiago Silva on that one. But ultimately, the defending from Thiago Silva today and Fofana was absolutely shocking. Not picking up their man, not defending properly, just letting runners go past them, leaving people in the box unmarked. And we completely took advantage of that. Frank Lampard today lost, absolutely lost. Jesus holds it up and passes it to Xhaka, who gets a shot, almost makes it 4-0 at that point. And Xhaka just couldn't get his shape to put enough power behind that ball. But it was a great hold-up play from Jesus to hold it and then flick Granit Xhaka back on and to get the shot on goal. But unfortunately, Xhaka couldn't get his goal. Arsenal corner, Jesus tries to score, but skies it over the crossbar. I do think in that situation, Jesus could have done a lot better in that situation. But it is what it is. He tried his best, but couldn't quite do it. Ben White pushing far too high up the pitch. Chilwell gets in behind and crosses the ball. And far too many times that I see people getting in behind Ben White. And it was a bit embarrassing. It's a bit embarrassing. You know you ain't got recovery pace. Just make sure you give the opposition a yard of pace. When you're going up against a tricky winger, you're going up against a fullback that's got pace, that is faster than you. Just give him a yard of pace. I just don't understand. Arsenal passing the ball around. Saka gets a shot on goal, but it goes wide. One ball over the top from Kovacic to Madueke. Zinchenko caught sleeping, which makes it 3-1. And we got to stop. We got to stop this. Every time now I'm seeing with these opposition. I saw it with Man City. Now I'm seeing it again with Chelsea. Every time they get one long ball over the top, that's it. They get through our defense, through our midfield, through everything, straight in on goal. And we've got to stop doing that. We're being exposed, we're being naive to these balls over the top. These long balls over the top are catching us out defensively. We need to fix up. It happened time and time again against Man City. This is Chelsea. There's no excuse. There is no excuse. Zinchenko, I'm sorry, just play him in the midfield. Just make him a midfield option. He clearly loves playing in the midfield. When he plays in the midfield, he forgets his defensive duty. Just play him in the midfield. Play Tierney as a left back. At least he gives you assurances. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not worth the risk. Is sometimes just not worth the reward. Yes, we got away with it today. Are we going to get away with it against Newcastle? Newcastle are on smoke right now. Are we going to get away with it? Porque eu não acho. Mas, epá, vamos ver. Vamos ver. Porque se eu falo, I'm in big trouble. So it's best that I don't talk too much on it. Ben White to Odegaard in the box, who shoots, but it's wide. Why not pass to Jesus? I don't know why. The option was there to pass to Jesus, but Odegaard trying to be selfish, trying to get that hat trick. Jesus is there open. Just square it to him, bro. You know what I mean? Just square it to him and it makes it 4-1. Like, I just don't understand. Kai Havertz, like I said, shoving Kivior to the ground and gets his shot off. Like, that's embarrassing. Kai Havertz. It's embarrassing, man. Absolutely embarrassing. Mudryk making Ben White fall on his ass. I mean, this was beyond a joke. Yeah. First of all, the Arsenal fans today booing Aubameyang, booing Mudryk. At the end of the day, man, like fucking this fan base just come out with some. Bruv, these man are. Why are you booing Mudryk? Why are you booing Mudryk? Arsenal didn't offer him the same money. Yeah, didn't offer the same money as Chelsea, so he chose to go to Chelsea. It's as simple as that. Why are we booing him for? Why is the Arsenal fans booing him in the stadium? Do you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like this guy, Mudryk's been a bum since he's been at Chelsea, yeah? But how is he putting Ben White on his ass? He ran through our whole midfield, no one put a foot in, then ran through the defense, put Ben White on his ass and managed to get across, yeah? Nah, it's a joke, man. Absolute joke by Mudryk, you know? By Mudryk. Let that sit, bruv. No, but don't worry, yeah? Don't worry, because with this fan base, it doesn't matter about everything that I've said. It doesn't matter. It's all about, oh, we beat Chelsea. Oh, yeah, let's go and gloat. Let's go run up our mouths. Nah, man. Nah, football's a humbler, and we've bottled the league. I'm not going to come out here and start running up my mouth, man. The standard, this ain't the standard that I want. The standard I want is actually performing like this week in, week out to go for the title. Not performing like this when the coast is clear, there's nothing to play for. It's embarrassing. Ben White got spun by Sterling, spun by Chilwell, and spun by Mudryk. That is embarrassing, man. Yeah? Nah. I'm telling you this now. We need another right back. I've been saying we need another right back, man. This guy, he ain't it. He ain't it. And he's not even aware of his deficiencies. Like, if you know you ain't got that pace, yeah, why are you committing like that? I don't understand. Gabriel came off limping. And like I said, that's got to be a worry, because at the end of the day, we're going to have to go with Kivior and Holding for our next couple of games. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. And anyone that wants to justify this pucaria to me, I'm not hearing it, man. I'm not hearing it. Like, for me, what is the point? What is the point? What are we celebrating? Top four? Top four wasn't good enough under Arsene Wenger. Why am I celebrating it now? It's not good enough. That's not the standard. That's not the standard. At the end of the day, this is a Chelsea team that's got piped 2-0 by Brentford. Yeah? Cool. They lost to Real Madrid. It's Real Madrid. They lost 2-1 to Brighton. They lost 1-0 to Wolverhampton. And Wolverhampton, I swear, the other day got smashed up by Brighton 6-0. Yeah? It's a Chelsea team that lost 2-0 to Aston Villa, that drew 2-2 to Everton. Yeah? Everton that's going to get relegated. It's a joke thing. And I'm supposed to be celebrating what? I was expecting to get the 3 points. This Chelsea isn't Chelsea of old. So I couldn't care less. I care about going for the league. I care about going for major honours. I care about winning something in Europe. My club's never won nothing in Europe since the Cup Winners' Cup. What am I celebrating? What, celebrating one win? I don't care about that. I don't quero saber dessa merda, pá. Eu não quero saber. Yeah? I want armpits in the air like this. Yeah? And this game ain't going to lead me to armpits in the air like this because we ain't winning the league. And anyone that thinks we are winning the league is delusional. And anyone that thinks that I'm being negative, I don't give a shit. Because you know what's negative? Bottling this league when we've been top of the league for 93% of the league. That's what I think is negative. What's negative is giving this the fact that this manager is still in the job when it's a sackable offense for not winning the league. At the end of the day, that's the standard of Real Madrid, the team that we said we're going to compete with. So I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing none of it. It's not good enough. And anyone that wants to come up to me and say to me, oh, Northside, oh, but it's a youth project. Oh, but it's a youth project. No one expected us. Well, if you're saying it's a youth project, then you're accepting the fact that this youth project ain't going to lead to major honors because you're saying because it's a youth project, they can't win a major honor. This is why I didn't want a youth project. This is why I didn't want this phase, second phase and third phase. This is why I didn't want this bucaria. Yeah, I wanted a team that can win me major honors. That is what I wanted. Because next season, you're going to have, we can't already compete this season with one oil-rich team in Man City, which is the excuse that Arsenal fans love to peddle out. Next season, you're not just going to have one. You're going to have Newcastle that have mad money, and now they're going to have Champions League. And then you're going to have Man United that are going to be bought out by Qataris, and they're going to have oil money too. So what's the chances that we're going to win against those three clubs with oil money? If we can't even beat one oil-rich club this season, it don't make no sense. But apparently, don't worry, everything will be better next season. That's it. Don't worry. It doesn't matter about it. Doesn't matter what I'm talking about. We only talk about the problems at Arsenal when shit hits the fan. That is how it is with this fan base, and I'm sick and tired of it. I don't care, man. They still piss me off. I'm still pissed off, and this manager needs to get fired. And I ain't gonna bend or fold on that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. And anyone who wants to complain at me, versatility was the Arsenal slogan this year. Players being versatile. So why can't Arteta be versatile in his tactics, substitutions, in-game management? Why can't Arsenal fans be versatile in their expectations? We wasn't supposed to win the league with this team, but we was all top. We was top of the season. Losing the title should be unforgivable. At the end of the day, I'm not having it. I'm not having none of it. At the end of the day, nah. What are we fighting for? What am I celebrating? What is the point of my celebration? What? I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, I'm not even pissed off. I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed. That's how I feel right now. That's how I feel. So at the end of the day, this doesn't cover, yeah, the fact that these players have been cowards for the last 4 games. It doesn't cover that for me. So it is what it is. True Gunners, you want the link? Let me put the link out in a bit, bro. Let me get through some of these comments. 2-1 Chelsea. That was a bit earlier on. Bottle jobs incoming. Eddie Howe didn't take 3 years to get Newcastle to the Champions League. It took Arteta 4 years. Say no more. That's why you have to say trust the process was a big fat lie. What's this here? Who's to say Arteta would go out and get the right players for the team? He's proven that more than 50% of his signings have flopped. I will be putting the link out, people. Hi, Northside, how you doing today? I'm good, man. How are you? Zinchenko, joke defender. Most often, it's him costing us goals. It doesn't matter. You're not allowed to say that, bro. You're not allowed to criticize our players. Martinelli got to do better when playing. Need more from him. Not impressed. I've not been impressed either. To be honest, people getting gassed because we beat an absolute mess of a Chelsea team when it really matters. We bottled it. Exactly my point. Exactly my point. When we actually needed this kind of performance, when we was actually in for the title, I didn't see this performance. So why should I celebrate it now that we're not in the title race? Why should I celebrate it now? Why? Man City got games in hand. They got the experience. They got the players. They got the manager. Bro, we're just hoping that they bottle it. They're not going to bottle it. It's a joke thing. I liked what I saw of Mudryk when he came on. I know our fans banned him because we didn't get him and he was twerking for us. But that aside, he's an exciting player with potential. Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't rate him that well, but the fact that he put Ben White on his ass, I think is embarrassing. Northside, how did you know Arsenal and Odegaard were going to turn up for this game? Have you seen the storyline before? Bro, this is what I'm talking about, bro. It's a joke thing, man. Absolute joke thing. Where was it when it really matters? This is what I'm saying. That's why I put on the thumbnail. Too late. It's too late. It's too late for this. Where was this before? Like, I don't understand, man. Lampard is a management disaster. If Lampard was in charge, beginning of the season, Chelsea would be nailed on relegated. Facts, bro. Big up. This game was worthless. Exactly, bro. Completely pointless game, bro. Completely pointless game. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, everybody that wants to gain traction, everybody that wants to shake their booty for this flipping fan base are going to be celebrating this like, you know, we just won the Champions League. So it is what it is, man. These men ain't got no standards, bro. These men will celebrate anything. Celebrate top four. Celebrate youngest team in the Premier League. Celebrate the youngest manager in the Premier League. Yeah, but at the end of the day, they don't want to celebrate trophies, bro. They don't want it as bad as I want it. You know what I mean? Because these men they just take it. They just flipping bend over and take it. Turn up when it don't matter. Exactly, bro. Big up to you lot. Big up to the chat, man. You, man, understand what I'm saying. Big up to the chat. I see why Pep sold us Zinchenko to us. As a left back, he's a liability. Exactly. Players that have never won anything talking big. Zinni was responsible for that goal. Facts. Saka did not help Ben White. Let's be honest. Well, he did run back and tried to put in the last ditch tackle. At least he was actually with his runner. You know what I mean? They didn't just let him run past him. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I mean, he was next to Chilwell running back. Where was Ben White? That's Ben White's job. But it is what it is. Pundits are liars. They don't call out anyone. Vieira's calling out Xhaka. Vieira's calling Xhaka a top player, chatting Breeze, or selling out. Bro, that's their jobs, man. A lot of times people just sell their soul for capping it and clout and that. But I'm not on that, man. If we didn't have Gabriel at the back, I honestly think we would be finished. Ben White, Zinchenko are dodgy as fuck. Facts, bro. Facts, Arsenal Manic. Martinelli ain't done F all. Bruv, he was trash, man. He was trash. Trossard is way better than Martinelli. Martinelli and Saka are just overrated. Bro, I think Trossard is better than Martinelli. I don't think Saka is overrated. Unless anyone calls him world class, which I haven't seen. I think Saka's a very good player, but he ain't world class yet. I don't think Saka's overrated. I think he's overused. That's the problem. He don't have adequate rotation and competition to actually make him put in a shift week in, week out. You know, that's the problem. That is the problem with him. He's certified to start. Trossard rarely puts in less than 8 out of 10 performance. Martinelli, on the other hand, so disappointing. I had big hopes for this player. He's been regressing. Bro, he has, man. And Trossard needs to start. We've been calling for Trossard to start. But with this manager, he's got his favourites. This is why Saka can drop stinkers and he always starts. This is why Zinchenko can drop stinkers and he always starts. You know what I mean? There's no accountability. There's no accountability. Like, in football, you're supposed to play because you're informed, because you're playing well. Or because the player that you're competing with is dropping stinkers and not doing what the manager's telling him to do. Or maybe this is what the manager's telling them to do. So he doesn't really care. He's happy with it. But guess what? If that's what it is, then I don't want Arteta here because they ain't good enough. Zinchenko costing us again. It's all good against Chelsea, but at the end of the day, certain times they open us up. It's unacceptable. This Chelsea team is there for the taking. We should have smashed them 8-0. I don't care what no one says. It's not acceptable. Arsenal fans are celebrating top four, saying great season. Not at all. Bro, these men are tapped, bro. Spot on with the title of this video. Big up to you, Jack, man. Call out the dickheads booing the one player who gave Arteta his only trophy, booing the guy this fan base were twerking for a year, then shining a laser in his eye. Classy fan base, yeah? No, yo, that's a great point. That's a great point. Classy Arsenal. How's that classy? How is that classy? You're right, bro. It's not classy. And at the end of the day, they're booing Aubameyang. Cool. This man has just got his striker now. He's got Jesus. So win that FA Cup minimum. You won it with Aubameyang. That apparently was an issue. Aubameyang, apparently that's not as good as Jesus. So win it with this guy. That's facts, bro. Absolute facts. But these man chat shit, bro. Like, I'm just used to it. I'm used to these man chatting shit. Our front three were disappointing again. Even Odegaard stepped and they really didn't, despite one goal from Jesus. Bro, these man, they can drop stinkers, bro. There's no accountability. You know what I mean? And the bench is a joke. That Zinchenko needs to be dropped when completely missing for that Chelsea goal. Bro, how can you just, bro, the way this guy switches off, bro. The way this guy he doesn't look for his runner. He can't man mark. He can't stand off of his man. Bro, this guy can't do nothing, bro. He can't get back into position. Defensively, Zinchenko is trash. Going forward, I see the quality. But defensively, nah, man. Just get him out of that position. He can't do it, man. He's like Perisic. Great going forward, trash defensively. You know what I mean? We consistently keep conceding to shit teams. Newcastle will do to us what they did to Tottenham. We haven't beaten Brighton at home since they were promoted in 2017. Pray City lose their 2 in hand. Bro, it ain't working, bro. I ain't even praying. These men deserve what they're getting. At the end of the day, this team deemed it okay to have a 3 out of 10 transfer window in January. So you reap what you sow. We needed more players. We needed to get more midfielders. We needed a clinical 20 to 25 a season goal scoring striker. They didn't want to do it. So this is what it is. You reap what you sow. At the end of the day, I just find it hilarious that this fan base come up with the bucaria of, oh, we got the best young team in the world. We got the best young coach in the world. And now we're praying and preaching and saying, oh, hopefully City, they drop points in that. Why? Why? Trust the process. Trust the fucking process. Trust it. You know what I'm saying? But these men ain't trusting it because now they're begging City to drop points. Why do we need beg City to drop points if we've got the best youngsters in the world and the best young coach in the world and it's trust the process? I'm not hearing none of this bucaria. I'm talking sad this merda, bro. Let them now they can reap what they sow. I saw that Bollywood star in the crowd with flipping Vinay laughing, bro. What are you laughing about, bro? What are you laughing about? Your hairline starts there, bro. Your hairline starts there. And you're laughing, bro. You're laughing. What are you laughing about? You fucking fucked up your job, bro. You ain't done nothing. You and Edu have done nothing, bro, to progress us forward. I may not like Arteta, but at least he actually tried to get us into he got us into a title race and bottled it early, but it's not like these bums be helping him out. Where's the players, the reinforcements that he needed in January? Look at the players that we're bringing on. It's a joke. Look at the players that we are bringing on off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Apart from Trossard, we're bringing on and Tierney, we're bringing on Reece Nelson, we're bringing on Rob Holding. These are the men we're bringing on. It's a joke thing. It's an absolute joke thing. You know what I mean? It's a joke, bro. I should correct myself. Our front three was not impressive when it was the trio of Martinelli, Jesus, and Saka. Both teams are horrible today, minus Arsenal until 3-0 up. Let me put the link out. And yeah. I'm surprised that so far in the comments I haven't heard, why are you complaining? Why are you negative? I'm surprised, man. Big up to the chat. Big up to you lot, familia, yeah, that you lot actually get what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Because it's a joke thing. The link is out. Make sure you have your camera on, camera mic on. We had no threat when Trossard was took off. I have no idea how Saka and Zinni keep surviving. They're the favourites, bro. They're probably the yes men. They get the cones and bibs out. Make sure the Lucozade bottles are full. Do you know what I'm saying? Make sure they get the nets out. Do you get what I'm saying? Make sure that everybody's listening to Arteta. That's it, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what it is, bro. It's an absolute joke. I think Zinchenko is worse than Bellerin at defensive duties. At least Hector used to get back and put challenges and block and put blocks in sometimes. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but he was still trash. They're both trash, but I do get what you're saying. He would try and bust a gut to actually get back and try and track his runner, but he just wasn't good enough. So I get what you're saying, but ultimately both of them are just not good enough. Why are fans booing Mudryk? We didn't pay the club's asking price. Mudryk twisted our players late on. He's good. That's what I'm saying. Like the club didn't want to pay the money. Now all of a sudden it's Mudryk's fault. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But you already know with Arsenal, it's everyone else's fault. It's the fact that Man City have got money. It's the fact that VAR is against us. It's the fact that the referees are against us. It's the fact that everything, but these filhos da puta will never hold the same accountability for this club, for these players, for this ownership, for this manager, for this sporting director. They never hold the same energy for that. It's always everyone else's fault. Everyone else's fault that this is going on. It's a joke, bro. Absolute joke. Ramzid, man, happy to see you, bro. Big up to you, man. Come on, day one, man. Big up to you, bro. I hope you're good, man. I hope you're good. Is Newcastle up next? Let's see if Arteta and players turn up against Newcastle. Yeah, let's see, bro. Let's see against a team that actually have a proper cohesive system, that the players know what they're doing. Let's see how these lot perform then. It's all easy against a Chelsea that are washed and there for the taking. It's easy. It's not hard. It is what it is. Mas estou cansado. Estou cansado de falar. Eu estou cansado de ver essa porcaria. Eu estou cansado de every year it's the same shit. I'm tired. I'm tired that I keep seeing my team only turn it on when it don't matter. When is Eddie getting in the room? Exactly, bro. Exactly. When is Eddie getting in the room, bro? It's a joke. Big up Northside and the chat. Hope you're all good. Pressure is off. And we go back to winning meaningless games again. We should have done this against West Ham and Southampton. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We got another keyboard warrior. Another keyboard warrior. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And it is what it is. These keyboard warriors, I never see them. And I'm telling you this now. If you think this is a YouTube thing, come with that energy in person. Come. See what's going to happen. Just because you see me on YouTube don't mean fuck all. Don't mean fuck all. Yeah? Approach me with that energy, you're going to get one to the chin, bro. I'm not even on none of that, bro. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We keep going, bro. Some people can't understand that I told you so. I told you so. So it is what it is. I said the deficiencies about this team. I said the deficiencies of this manager, and they can't take it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of making this manager more accountable, they want to come on to me. Cool. Whatever. I couldn't give a shit, bruv. You know what I mean? I couldn't give a shit. But more time I'm out and about, I ain't solo. So it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. These little keyboard warriors think you think I'm going to stop doing videos? Nah, I'm going to keep doing videos. I couldn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Just keep the same energy when you see me. Martinelli should have been the one starting Saka. Should have been dropped. But he is star boy, so you cannot drop him apparently according to Arsenal fans. What's this? Who we got here? What's going on there? What's going on with StreamYard? Right, there we go. Yo!
Fuck these pussies, yeah? All them haters out there. Come get it. Tell you. Oh, dear, bro.
Brandon, let's celebrate. 3 points.
Fuck that. No Pressure FC have showed up yet again, Northside. Who knew? Who knew? We've only been telling everybody all season. Sorry. But I believe that last season, me, Northside, Lee, Matt, Jez, Kenny Ken, all them guys that you lot are negative, we all said the same thing last season. We're not getting top 4. What happened? What happened? Maybe you lot should, all you idiots out there, yeah, that think you know better than us, should maybe come and kiss our feet, yeah, bow down. Because clearly, us lot that don't know football or don't know ball know a lot more than you, because our predictions come true 9 times out of 10, yeah? And it's not because we don't want Arsenal to do well. We all want Arsenal to do well. We all got a bit gassed. Even I got gassed, thinking we was going to win this league. But instead, we do what we do every season. Yeah? If you want a great analysis of this, go and have a look at Ransom Bantz's channel. He's done a little clip on it. And he says, what he says is absolutely spot on. We talk about Spurs, yeah, bottling things. It's in our DNA. You look at the teams that's been the team that's been top of the league the longest and then not won the league. We're in the top 3, bro, 3 times. And we talk about Spurs. Unreal. But yeah, on tonight, let's just put it this way. 3-1 made that look really respectable. And it weren't respectable, bro. Chelsea are fucking crap. I've never seen a team so poor in my life. I honestly haven't. Southampton gave us a better game. You know what I mean? And they're lucky, bro. They're lucky that they haven't got 4 or 5 games more than what there actually is left of the season. Otherwise, I genuinely think they would be going down. The kind of form and the attitude from their players as well, and just their overall football is crap. Like, I could honestly see Chelsea getting relegated if there was 4 or 5 games more of the season than what there actually is. Genuinely. Because they are that poor. They're a shambles. Odegaard turned up tonight. Who knew? Who knew? Pressure's off. And he turns up. Scores 2 goals. Big up to him, though. Right? Because I had a major criticism of Martin Odegaard last season. And that was he doesn't show up enough in the big games. He has done for the most of them this season, apart from when it really, really mattered. He doesn't score enough goals or create enough assists. Well, that's 20 goals and assists for him this season. So, big up to him on that one. Trossard, another good performance. Once again, you know, this guy, when he starts for Arsenal, he puts in good performances. He creates problems. Who knew? Yeah, that's right. When he was starting for us, when he first signed, we looked really, really good. And then all of a sudden, everybody got hyped because Jesus came back and Trossard had to sit on the bench. And what happens? We start dropping points, losing games, not performing in the way that we should be performing. And look, I think personally that Trossard should have came in for Saka tonight because Saka's been awful over the last couple of weeks. But I can also understand why Martinelli was dropped as well. So I'm not too displeased with that one. Granit Xhaka, another player, turned up tonight. Hat-trick of assists. Jorginho controlled the midfield. Yeah. Where was that a couple of weeks ago when we needed it? When Thomas Partey was running around like a headless clown. But, you know, apparently we brought this guy for these moments, for the big moments, when we need it most, for his experience and all that. So our manager decides to play him when there's no pressure because all the big moments have gone. Well done, Mikel. No worries whatsoever. Kivior as well. Everybody's giving it, Kivior. What a player. Kivior. To be honest with you, I think me or you could have played in defence for Arsenal tonight, bro. Let's be honest. They wanna give it all the what a player. You know, on Twitter and all that lot. These guys are fucking delusional. They do realise he came up against a finished Aubameyang tonight who had 6 touches all game. 6. Yeah? And then in the second half, he was up against Kai Havertz, who's not even a striker anyway. And we kept the ball for the majority of the game. We was in Chelsea's half for the majority of the game. But what a defender. You know what I mean? These fucking idiots, honest to God. And then, you know, we go back to the manager and the players. Where was this when it mattered? Where was this against West Ham, Liverpool, Southampton, and Manchester City? Where was it? All of a sudden, we're not expected to win the league no more because it's no longer in our hands, and Arsenal show up again. Funny that. Same thing happened last season, did it not, Northside? But we don't know ball, bro. We don't know nothing, yeah? The manager is the greatest thing since sliced bread. But against Southampton, he makes no changes. Against Liverpool, we're under pressure in the second half. He makes no changes. Against West Ham, we're bottling the 2-0 league. He makes no changes. Against Manchester City, he exposes us in the midfield completely and utterly by not playing a double pivot and allowing Thomas Partey to be swarmed by 5 of Manchester City's midfielders, and then wonder why we're getting battered. It doesn't change it when we're 1-0 down. But all of a sudden tonight he goes, oh, do you know what? I'm going to chuck Kivior in. I'm going to take out Rob Holding, give a little bit more confidence to that back line. I'm going to put Jorginho in the midfield because actually that's what we brought him for, you know, his experience and all that crap. And I'm going to put Trossard on the left for Martinelli because actually, you know, when he was playing for us, he was doing really, really well. Dickhead, mate. Dickhead. Like, why now? Why now? And do you know what's even worse, right? I've not long come off the football terrace, and there was a fan on there called Dawds. Yeah? I think you probably see him because Lee had a debate with him as well, right? And he was sitting there saying about how he still thinks we can win the league. All that has to happen is Manchester City have to drop 4 points. You're delusional, bro. Number one, right? Not only does Manchester City have to drop 4 points, but we have to win the remainder of our fixtures. He does know that, yeah? Number two, all right, he's coming out with, oh, yeah, but it's still been a good season. We was 8 points clear with 9 games to go, dickhead. Yeah? Where's the expectation? Like, raise your expectations, idiot. Yeah? Do you think any other top club would accept this? Do you know what I mean? Like, Real Madrid. If you're 8 points clear with 9 games to go and you finish second, do you think Real Madrid would accept that? Do you think if this was Pep Guardiola's first time trying for a Premier League title with Manchester City and he was 8 points clear with 9 games to go, that Manchester City wouldn't get rid of him? Do you think Bayern Munich wouldn't get rid of their manager? Barcelona? These are all teams that we're striving to be like, right? All the top teams in world football. But yet we're all sitting here, or some of our fan base is sitting here going, yeah, but we wasn't expected to be here anyway. Idiots. Yeah.
You know what? To that point that we're not supposed to be here and we should be happy with the progress. This is what I got to say about that. If age is a problem, because they keep saying, oh, it's a young squad, they're overachieving, they're a young squad. Yeah. If age is a problem, yeah, then why are these fans shoving it down our throat, yeah, to trust this youth project? Because it's in the name of this process or project, youth project. So why are you backing it? In one hand, they're all gassing it the whole season that we're top of the league. And then as soon as it falls apart, oh, but it's a young squad. Yeah, but that is what you wanted for the club. You're backing a process that perpetuates young players. So you're kind of admitting, no, you're not even kind of, you're admitting that this way of building a team is not going to win us a league because the excuse is always when it falls apart, oh, it's a young squad. So why are you trusting a youth project? It doesn't make any sense. How can you trust a youth project, but the excuse every time they bottle it, oh, it's a young squad? So you don't really believe in a youth project. That's first of all. Second of all, it's right what you said about a big club, because Xavi walked into Barca, which was a bigger shit show than what was happening at Arsenal. Yeah, it was a bigger shit show. This manager took over a manager that got us 5th with apparently dead wood. Xavi went to Barca with players that were over the hill. They were too old, and he needed to rebuild that team. £1 billion in debt, and he's still going on to win the league. Yeah? If that was Arteta that was £1 billion in debt, couldn't spend no money, yeah, would he be winning the league? Because I tell you what, Xavi ain't spent £500 million, but yet he's going to win a major honour. So why is it okay that this manager can underperform with more money spent? It makes no sense. It don't make no sense to me, bro. And at the end of the day, I'm not hearing any of this chat because people keep talking about, oh, it's a young squad, bruv. The project, yeah, you'll need your best youngsters to stay at the club. Saka ain't signed a contract, and neither is Saliba. So your youth project that you're making your project around, Starboy, isn't even committing to the project. So isn't that going to set the project even further back? Or the
Exactly.
process, or the phase. So it doesn't even make any sense because even the players aren't buying into it. Well, your best youngster, if the rest are, Martinelli signed a contract, but your best youngster, he's not even committed to it. So why should I be committed to this process? Because surely if it's so great, Saka, and let's be fair, it's not like Saka's been on the bench. It's not like Saka's not getting a game. It's not like Saka's not selected. He's playing every minute of every game. And even he's contemplating, well, should I sign? Should I not? I don't know if I want to stay here. This
Yeah,
was
it's all right though,
get up over the line.
Yeah, but it's all right though, Northside, because we're only in phase 3 of our phase 5 project. Yeah, we're only in phase 3. We've got 2 more phases to go. Like, how much longer are we going to continue with this? People forget this guy has been here 3.5, 4 years now, right? This is the first time we've qualified for the Champions League. And that's a bare minimum for Arsenal, let's be completely honest, right? He spent over £500 million. He's just bottled an 8-point lead with 9 games to go at the top. Like, heads need to roll eventually, whether that be the manager or the recruitment team, because the other excuse I'm hearing now is, oh, it's a thin squad. It's a thin squad. So that basically means we didn't do enough in the transfer windows. Am I right? Or am I wrong? And then just bringing it back to tonight's game as well. I have lost count of how many times over the last couple of weeks I've had to sit there and try and have a conversation with people about fucking Zinchenko. Because, oh, he's great though. He was the one who came to Arsenal and said, no, we're not concentrating on the top 4. We're concentrating on winning the league because that's where Arsenal should be, right? He's been exceptional for us this season. He plays all these pretty passes and he inverts in the midfield and, oh, Zinchenko, yeah? Forgetting about the fact that the guy is a fucking liability when it comes to defending. The guy, yeah, came into Arsenal with this winning mentality. We're going for the league title this season. Yeah, that's what he said. He's a big part of the reason why we have lost the league title this season. Because for the last 3 out of 4 weeks, he has been a big part of the reason as to why we have conceded the goals we have. And he was again tonight, falling asleep again. He did that against Southampton. Fell asleep at the back stick, caught out of position. How many times until people start calling this out? The guy is a liability when it comes to defending. And guess what? If you're a left back, what's your primary role? To defend. Forget all this fucking invert, all pretty pass, all that crap, right? Learn how to defend. That is why Manchester City and Pep got rid of him, because the guy is a liability when it comes to defending. Yeah? And I look at the game tonight, 3-0 up, absolutely cruising. Chelsea couldn't even get out of their own half. And then once again, Arsenal turn up with their cockiness. We're strolling through this game. Zinchenko falls asleep at the back stick. Yeah, we concede a goal. And let's be real, Northside. That was on the 70th minute. There's still 20 minutes of that game to go, right? If that was a better team than Chelsea, even a slightly better team than Chelsea, we would be panicking because they had opportunities after that. And it was only half chances, but they had opportunities, right? That game could have easily gone back to 3-3. Easily. The only thing that we're lucky on is that Chelsea are an absolute shit show right now. Because a more confident Chelsea would have brought that game back to 3-3. All because of a stupid error and a lack of concentration from a player that has cost us for the past 3 to 4 weeks when it actually mattered. If we want to go on next season and compete for league titles and Champions Leagues and stuff like that, we cannot have Zinchenko playing at left back. If you really want to play the geezer, play him in midfield. But do not fucking play him at left back. Yeah? Because that guy is a liability. He is awful at defending. And we need somebody who can defend. And unfortunately, we have a guy that can defend. His name's Kieran Tierney. But for some reason, you know, your standard fullbacks that go up and down the pitch and go wide and don't do all this inverted crap no longer matter in the game of football because, oh, Arteta would rather play with an inverted fullback. No, Kieran Tierney is one of our best players on his day. Play the geezer. And the geezer can actually defend. Not like this fucking idiot. Yeah? Because I actually liked Zinchenko. But I'm starting to grow further and further towards not liking the guy. Because he don't learn his fucking lesson. Do you know what I mean? And we can do without.
But this is why I don't trust it, Brandon. Because
we've got a manager who don't learn his lesson. We don't need players that don't learn their fucking lessons.
And that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna, if people want us to change our mind, then we need to see some changes. Yeah, we all been seeing the deficiencies in Zinchenko. He still plays. We've already said that Saka needs competition. He still plays. We said that we needed a proper striker, goal scoring striker, and we've seen, not in this game, but in the prior 4 other games, that we needed a goal scoring striker. Yeah, a proper deadly striker. We don't have one. Yeah. Then you look at certain players. Kivior, he's been forced to play Kivior out of injury. He weren't using him. He was even playing Rob Holding ahead of Kivior. Then you look at Marquinhos out on loan. Fabi Vieira has already been. I think it looked like he's been deemed that he ain't good enough. Yeah, which this manager brought in. Then you got Nuntavaj. He's out on loan. Then you got Lokonga. Yeah, same thing. Then you got Trossard. He's been forced to play Trossard because Martinelli and Saka ain't been that great. So he's been forced to make a change if you're going to stay in this so-called title race that I think is absolutely dumb. Jorginho, he was supposed to be a leader. He was supposed to be, if he's supposed to be a leader in a rotation for Partey, he should have been playing games ago because Partey's been dropping stinkers. That guy could barely get a game, and he's been forced to play Jorginho because Partey's been playing that bad. Yeah? So at the end of the day, you're spending money and you're not utilizing these players. You're not using them until you're backed into a corner. That ain't good enough with the money that you're spending. Because the argument's always, oh, you can't spend what Man City spend. Okay, cool. If you don't spend what Man City spend, then scout properly. And if you're bringing in these players and they're your players, then utilize them. Because some of these starting 11 players for the last 4 games have been dropping stinkers. So they don't deserve to be on that pitch, whether you rate them more than the bench players or not. And the other reason why I don't like this so-called process is because there's another thing that I've seen that ain't changed. Yeah? It's the fact that we can't get major targets over the line. Whether it's Mudryk, whether it's Vlahovic, Paqueta, Rafinha, João Felix, Caicedo, Declan Rice, Buendia. These are all players that we were linked to for a long time and we couldn't get them. Yeah? And the only way that we could improve from this season to next season is winning the title. Because it looks like we're going to finish second. The only way you can improve from that is winning the league. Yeah? If we can't get major targets, let's be real, all those players I just named, they're not world-class players. So if we can't get them over the line, well, we need world-class players because we need leaders. And this fan base will agree with me because they're saying that, oh, it's a young squad, they're learning, they're not ready yet. We should be happy with the progress. So they're basically saying this team ain't ready. So if they're not ready, then you need to buy winners. You need to buy proven veteran winners. The same way that Liverpool did when they went out and got their goalkeeper, got Van Dijk, got players like that were of that caliber to be competing with Man City. Can we trust Edu to do that? I've not seen Edu be able to do that. I've not seen him do that. We don't get deals over the line fast enough. And every time we go into a bidding war, like Rafinha, like Mudryk, like João Felix, we always bottle it. So it's not only about this manager tactically is inept and he ain't good enough. It's the fact that the recruitment alongside with the management is also not good enough. And is also not to the level that we need pushing on. At the end of the day, I've seen Brendan Rodgers at Liverpool, bro. Take them to a certain point. They got rid of him, got Klopp. Yeah? And he took them to the next level. Sometimes that happens. And for me, Arteta's taken us as far as he can. Get rid of him and let's go with a proper manager. Because every time that we have an objective, this manager, flops it. And it's not just the manager because the players need to hold some accountability too because they're out there, they get paid, they're grown-ass men, and they also have to be responsible. But at the same time, I don't see it from this manager. You sometimes need a tactician to get you over the line. Mourinho tactically got Inter Milan over the line to win the Champions League. He got Porto over the line to win the Champions League. We've seen Unai Emery with Sevilla, with Villarreal. He tactically got them over the line when the quality wasn't there. Do we believe that Arteta is going to be able to do that? My answer is no.
Well, let's be honest, right? Let's talk about that, right? The top managers over the last, I don't know, decade or so. Alex Ferguson, Jose Mourinho, you could say Pep Guardiola, Antonio Conte, you could even throw in there, right? So let's just go with them 4 managers. If they was manager of Arsenal and we was 2-0 up at Anfield and then we go 2-1 and we look like we're under pressure, do you think any of them managers wouldn't have changed it? Wouldn't have brought on a few substitutions? Maybe changed it a bit tactically? Of course they fucking would. Yeah? Same with West Ham. Same with Southampton when we're, 2-0 down. That's more on the players than it is the manager for me. But, even so. Same with Manchester City. The moment we go 1-0 down against Manchester City, change it. It's clearly not working. I knew as soon as the lineups came out, Arsenal, Man City, that we was losing that game. Purely and simply because I looked at City's midfield and I looked at ours. We had Thomas Partey in midfield on his own, up against Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, who was the other one? John Stones was moving into midfield. You had Jack Grealish moving into the centre of the pitch as well. Thomas Partey versus 5 midfielders. And you're expecting us to run the team at fucking Etihad. And then, you don't even change a single thing. I was calling for Jorginho to come on at half-time when we was 2-0 down. It was already too late, but when we was 2-0 down, I thought, look, just get control of this midfield. Bring Jorginho on and create a double pivot of Thomas Partey and Jorginho and just get a little bit of control back from that midfield. And then maybe you could look to go on and try and create a few chances. But he never did that. He never created the base. Basic fucking shit from the manager. If I can see that sitting at home, and I'm sure the majority of the fans can see that, why can't this guy? He spent £500 million. He gets paid a lot of money from Arsenal to make these big decisions. And he bottles it every fucking time when it matters. The players bottle it every time when it matters. The recruitment team, as you just pointed out, the whole project is a sham at the moment. And I'm telling you now, he'll get next season. They'll get next season. Yeah. But we need top class, world class players to come into this team. None of this fucking Jorginho, we'll just go out and get a cheap deal, a cheap fix. That no longer exists, right? Because as you said, the only thing that we can do now, the only other step that we can take is to win the league. If we do not win the league next season, he has to go. If we make any form of regression from where we've come this season, he has to go. If we get knocked out in the early stages of the Champions League, he has to go. It's that simple. And no Arsenal fan can defend that. None.
I just want to reply to this, George. If it's the same George that was on the other day, big up. All those players you listed aren't even having a good season, so I'm not losing sleep over them. Yes, it would be nice to land our number 1 targets, but let's be honest, most teams never get their targets. The first bit, that the point is not that they're good enough. The point is that Arsenal fans love to come with, we can't fight City. City have an amazing team. The fact is, you're admitting, just that I agree with you, that those players aren't good enough. But why are we wasting money on players that aren't good enough? Why are we doing that? Why are we getting players that are deemed not good enough, and some of them not good enough to players that we know we need to move on? We know we need to move on Elneny. We know we need to move on Rob Holding. We know we need to move on players like that. So why are we getting other players that are not even as good as them when everyone's available for selection? Kivior does not get selected over Rob Holding if Rob Holding is fit 9 times out of 10. So that tells me he ain't good enough.
Well,
You
just
know
go
what I
through just go through the players, right? That's on loan. Sambi Lokonga, how much did he cost us? What, 15, 16 million?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go through Nuno Tavares. What was he? 12 million?
Something like, wasn't he like 20 or something?
Yeah, something like that. Who else?
Fabio Vieira was like
You got
30.
Fabio Vieira, who cost us what, 34 million quid. You got El Neni, who who was bought ages ago. You got Rob Holding, right, 2 million quid. You got Kivior, 20 million quid. So just them 4 players alone, you got 70 million quid. 70 million quid. I'd rather have a top quality player, one, than have them 4 players. It's that simple.
Oh, well, there
One
you go.
top quality player
35.
could make all the difference to them 4 fucking crap ones.
And this is what I'm saying, especially if they're players you're not going to use, it's kind of irrelevant. But it is what it is. Oh, we lost Brandon there. Hold on, let me change this like that. Right, big up Brandon. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to reconnect. I know you got to jump off anyway. Big up to Brandon. But yeah, the second bit is right. The first bit is you're saying that you're not bothered about those players. They're not good enough, so why do we spend money on them? If money is tight and we can't spend like Man City, then you have to be smart. Look at the recruitment for Brighton. Look at the recruitment for Brentford. They don't just get players that they're not going to use or they're not going to play. They recruit players properly, and they're not breaking the bank. Do you know what I mean? So that's the first bit. And yes, not everyone lands their number one targets, but I've just named about 6 players that were our number one targets within those positions, and we didn't land any of them. And that's not good enough. Of course, you're not going to get every single player, but it's not good enough when you're missing out on Vlahovic, missing out on all those players that you're going for. Whether you deem them good enough or not, they were our number one targets. We've had multiple transfer windows linked to those targets and those players, and we miss out on them, which shows me that Edu is a shit negotiator. The only time we're getting a number one targets is when we're going for favours back when we're going to City. That's not good enough. That ain't good enough. And now we're starting to see why City are allowing certain players to come to us. At the end of the day, Jesus is not a clinical striker, which is why Pep didn't really give a shit about letting him go. Let's keep it real. I like him, but it's true, bro. You know what I mean? And at the same time, Zinchenko as well, he's a decent midfielder, but as a left back, he ain't good enough. You know what I mean? So what is the difference? Like, you can't keep missing out on targets. Man United have been in the doldrums for how long? But when they're going for a player, they get the number one target. They went and got Casemiro. They wanted him. They went and got Anthony. They wanted him. They didn't go get B-Tech Casemiro, B-Tech Anthony. Whether you rate them or not, they went and got those players. That's the players that they wanted. They went out and got them. Even when they went out and got Pogba. So it can be done. But we're always flipping. We're linked to players forever. We should know how much the club want. Of course, you have to negotiate a little bit, but within reason. You know what I mean? But we don't. We allow other clubs to come in. We don't do our business quickly as if we're going to get into a bidding war. We allow other teams to start scouting our targets. It's happened numerous times. Rafinha, we didn't get it over the line fast enough. He went elsewhere. You know what I mean? Same with Vlahovic. Same with Mudryk. It's the same thing. And I'm sick and tired of it. Do you know what I'm saying? 2 things that we can control is the way that we spend the money that we do have. And let's not go on like we got pennies. We've got peas to blow. And the fact that we got a manager that isn't experienced enough and isn't good enough. And when you got other managers out there that are good enough, that have got a better CV, you go and get the best person for the job. I was watching that film yesterday with my cousin called Air, about Air Jordans. They could have got any athlete to go on Nike, but they wanted the best. They wanted Michael Jordan. And what happens? Look at that brand. Look at the Air Jordan now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, it's a joke thing. They went and got the best person possible for the job. And look at the results. That's what happens when you do that. There's no surprise that Bayern Munich wins so much. Real Madrid wins so much. Juventus, I know that right now they're going through a rough patch, but have won so much in recent time. They go and get the best in the job, best managers, best players. They go and get the best possible that they can. Not at Arsenal. It's forgiveness FC. We just allow everyone to do their pucaria, fazedas, merdas. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? We just forgive everything. It's not good enough. It's not good. True, Brandon, it's not rocket science. You want to be the best first. You need world-class players. Then everything else is icing on top. Facts, bro. This is what it is. Agree always. Quality over quantity. Exactly, bro. You know what I mean? If you like the saying, if you buy shit, you buy twice. Take care, gotta go, bro. Big up, bro. Love, love, love for the support. Northside, you're a real one, G. Northside, you're one of the only Arsenal fans with a platform that holds this banter club accountable for why it smashed Highbury down. Big up, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. But that's the standards, bro. That's the standards. And I'm not bending my standards for popularity. I'm not bending my standards to be going on, you know, certain other platforms that only want to hear everything is icy, everything is... I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, man. I love my club more than all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, even if it's to my detriment that I don't get to where I want to get to in YouTube, at the end of the day, at least I know that I can rest that everything I said on this channel is genuinely how I feel and genuinely what I want for this club, which is this club to be the best. This club to be the best and win major honours. That is what I want for this club. You know what I'm saying? And that is it. And I want the best possible players and the best possible manager to help us achieve that. And until then, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to say it how I feel it. And I made this channel because there was not enough channels out there saying it as it is. Too many channels out there twerking to get on certain other channels, twerking for a bigger fan base, twerking to get popularity, twerking, you know what I mean, for their own gain, by making everybody else have low standards and expect fuck all from their club when this is a fucking sport. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm tired of it, man. Yes, I put some comedic spin. I speak in Portuguese right now. My eye is kind of hurting, so I'm not even really in the mood to be swearing too much in Portuguese. And yeah, I put a bit of a comedic spin because I feel like this club is a bit of it's a circus. It's a joke thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to take the piss because it's a joke. This is not the standard. This is not the standard that I grew up. The standard I grew up on is this. Yeah? It's this. Invincibles, doubles. Yeah? This is the standard. This is the standard. And surprise, surprise, it wasn't built on a fucking youth project or a manager that didn't know what the hell he was doing, was not even qualified to do this job. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke, man. It's an absolute joke. And at the end of the day, I'm not fuming, but because we won today, but I'm still annoyed. I'm still annoyed. It ain't good enough. Don't just turn up. These guys can't just turn up when they want. They don't get paychecks when they want. The club don't say, oh, well, you know what? You lot bottle top four. We ain't paying you this month. We ain't paying you to the end of the season. The club don't decide when they get paid. So why do these players decide when they want to turn up, when they don't want to turn up? I'm done, man. These men need to start getting deducted, or they need to start getting, you know what? If you only get 50%, you only get 50% of your wages. That's what these men need to start getting. Watch them turn it around. Watch them actually give a shit. Do you know what I'm saying? You get paid what you put in. That's what they should get. You know what I'm saying? You give 20%, then you only get paid 20%. How about that? You know what I mean? Fuck these man, bruv. These man don't give a shit about Arsenal. These players don't give a fuck. As soon as they get a better deal, more money elsewhere, they don't give a shit about us. They don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? All is forgiven. And this fan base allows it. Because this fan base will rather shut down people like me that want the club to win than hold these fucking players accountable. You know what I mean? It's always forgiveness for the players, forgiveness for the owners, forgiveness for the manager every time they fail. But someone like me says it as it is, like Lee, like Jez, whatever. They always got shit to talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of it. And tomorrow, I'm going to be watching. After this, I'm going to be going and seeing some of these lots' reaction. And anyone chatting shit and over-celebrating this Chelsea win, I'm going to cook them tomorrow. I'm going to cook them tomorrow. That's what I'm doing. I don't care. I'm going to start cooking these lot. I don't give a shit. I ain't trying to be friends with most of these lot. Anyway, they're flipping losers. You know what I'm saying? There's a few real ones in the Arsenal community that do YouTube that I fuck with. There's a couple that I don't know that I fuck with. The rest of them that are getting cooked, the ones that get cooked, it is what it is. I don't appreciate you lowering the standards of my club and making my club look like they're flipping Woolstone Raiders. I'm sick and tired of Arsenal moving like Woolstone Raiders. I'm sick and tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Keep the standards up, keep the standards high, bro. Gotta shoot up. Bro, bless, man. Bless. And you're spitting facts, bro. I want the same. I agree with everything you say. Arteta should be here. Proved too many times that he's got the bottle gene. Sorry, shouldn't be here. Just before I jump off, I watched Air a few weeks ago. I thought it was all right, but not all that. Some comedic line parts which were funny. I get it was a drama, but I'd give it 5 out of 10 personally. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. But you know, I was just trying to make a point from it. But yeah, I agree. I kind of felt like it could have been a bit better, but that performance wasn't even that good. Also, letting Chelsea score is criminal considering their form. Facts, bro. Absolute facts. And listen, people, make sure you like and subscribe. Tomorrow, I will be dropping a reaction to any of the clowns within the fan base that want to be chatting shit and lowering the standard. I will be dropping a reaction to that. So yeah, man, stay tuned tomorrow. And yeah, without further ado, yeah, another win. And where's this been for the last 4 games when it really counted? That's Arsenal, innit? Only turn up when it doesn't matter. Only turn up when there's nothing to win. But it doesn't matter because his fan base will rinse and repeat the same shit year in, year out. I'm out.